Question 1. When did King Charles III officially ascend to the British throne? A. 8 September 2019. B. 8 September 2020. C. 8 September 2022. D. 8 September 2021. Answer: C. 8 September 2022. King Charles III officially ascended to the British throne on 8 September 2022 following the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. Question 2. What titles did King Charles III hold before becoming king? A. Duke of Edinburgh. B. Prince of Wales. C. Earl of Chester. D. Both B and C. Answer: D. Both B and C. Before becoming king, Charles held the titles Prince of Wales and Earl of Chester. Question 3. How is King Charles III related to Queen Elizabeth II? A. Her nephew. B. Her grandson. C. Her son. D. Her cousin. Answer: C. Her son. King Charles III is the son of Queen Elizabeth II. Question 4. What are the primary roles of King Charles III as the monarch? A. Overseeing the UK's foreign diplomacy. B. Leading the national government. C. Ceremonial duties and national representation. D. Managing the UK's economy. Answer: C. Ceremonial duties and national representation. The primary roles of King Charles III as the monarch involve ceremonial duties and representing the nation, particularly during significant national and international events. Question 5. What significant reforms has King Charles III proposed since his accession? A. Reforms in the education sector. B. Environmental and sustainability initiatives. C. Changes to the national healthcare system. D. Economic restructuring. Answer: B. Environmental and sustainability initiatives. Since his accession, King Charles III has proposed significant environmental and sustainability initiatives, reflecting his long-standing commitment to environmental issues. Question 6. What environmental initiatives is King Charles III known for supporting? A. Reducing carbon emissions. B. Promoting renewable energy. C. Supporting wildlife conservation. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. King Charles III is known for supporting various environmental initiatives, including reducing carbon emissions, promoting renewable energy, and supporting wildlife conservation. Question 7. How does King Charles III's approach to the monarchy differ from that of Queen Elizabeth II? A. More politically involved. B. More focused on public relations. C. Less formal in public appearances. D. Greater emphasis on environmental issues. Answer: D. Greater emphasis on environmental issues. King Charles III's approach to the monarchy notably differs in his greater emphasis on environmental issues compared to Queen Elizabeth II. Question 8. In what year did Rishi Sunak become Prime Minister of the UK? A. 2020. B. 2021. C. 2022. D. 2023. Answer: C. 2022. Rishi Sunak became Prime Minister of the UK in 2022. Question 9. What economic policies has Rishi Sunak implemented since becoming Prime Minister? A. Increased taxation. B. Spending cuts. C. Economic stimulus measures. D. Both A and C. Answer: D. Both A and C. Since becoming Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak has implemented economic policies that include increased taxation and economic stimulus measures. Question 10. Before becoming Prime Minister, what role did Rishi Sunak hold in the government? A. Foreign Secretary. B. Chancellor of the Exchequer. C. Home Secretary. D. Minister of Defense. Answer: B. Chancellor of the Exchequer. Before becoming Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak served as Chancellor of the Exchequer. Question 11. What is Rishi Sunak's background in terms of education and early career? A. Educated at Oxford, worked in banking. B. Educated at Cambridge, worked in law. C. Educated at Harvard, worked in technology. D. Educated at Stanford, worked in finance. Answer: A. Educated at Oxford, worked in banking. Rishi Sunak's background includes an education at Oxford and a career in banking before entering politics. Question 12. How has Rishi Sunak's leadership been perceived in relation to handling the UK's economic challenges? A. Highly criticized. B. Generally favorable. C. Mixed reactions. D. Widely unsupported. Answer: C. Mixed reactions. Rishi Sunak's leadership in handling the UK's economic challenges has received mixed reactions from both the public and political commentators. Question 13. What major international relations challenges has Rishi Sunak faced as Prime Minister? A. Brexit negotiations. B. Trade agreements with the EU. C. Relations with the US and China. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. As Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak has faced major international relations challenges, including Brexit negotiations, trade agreements with the EU, and managing relations with major powers such as the US and China. Question 14. Describe the relationship between the monarchy and the government in the UK. A. The monarchy actively governs the country. B. The monarchy plays a ceremonial role with no governing powers. C. The monarchy controls the legislative process. D. The monarchy is responsible for judicial appointments. Answer: B. The monarchy plays a ceremonial role with no governing powers. In the UK, the monarchy's role is largely ceremonial, and it does not involve governing powers, which are held by Parliament and the Prime Minister. Question 15. What is the process of legislation in the UK Parliament? A. Bills are proposed by the monarch. B. Bills must pass through several readings in both houses before receiving royal assent. C. Bills are directly implemented by the Prime Minister. D. All legislation is temporary until confirmed by a public referendum. Answer: B. Bills must pass through several readings in both houses before receiving royal assent. The legislative process in the UK Parliament involves multiple readings and debates in both the House of Commons and the House of Lords, followed by receiving royal assent to become law. Question 16. Explain the significance of the Prime Minister's questions, PMQs. A. It is a monthly event where the Prime Minister answers questions from the public. B. It is a weekly session where MPs pose questions to the Prime Minister, highlighting government accountability. C. It occurs once a year and is a formality without real substance. D. It is reserved for questions from the opposition party only. Answer: B. It is a weekly session where MPs pose questions to the Prime Minister, highlighting government accountability. PMQs are significant as they provide a direct opportunity for MPs to question the Prime Minister on any aspect of government policy, ensuring transparency and accountability. Question 17. What are the powers of the House of Lords in reviewing legislation? A. To veto any legislation permanently. B. To amend and delay legislation but not veto it outright. C. To pass legislation without input from the House of Commons. D. No powers, purely ceremonial. Answer: B. To amend and delay legislation but not veto it outright. The House of Lords has the power to review, amend, and delay legislation, but cannot ultimately veto it. This ensures a check on the legislative process without granting absolute power. Question 18. Detail the process for a bill to become law in the UK. A. Introduction in the House of Commons, 3 readings, committee stage, report stage, consideration by the House of Lords, royal assent. B. Introduction by the Prime Minister, immediate implementation, final approval by the monarch. C. Public referendum, approval by the House of Lords, signature by the Home Secretary. D. Draft by the Judiciary, approval by the House of Commons, final veto by the House of Lords. Answer. A. Introduction in the House of Commons, 3 readings, committee stage, report stage, consideration by the House of Lords, royal assent. This detailed process involves several stages in both houses of Parliament, ensuring thorough scrutiny before it becomes law. Question 19. What is the royal assent and its importance in the legislative process? A. It is the monarch's approval of a new prime minister. B. It is the final approval by the monarch for a bill to become law. C. It is a public endorsement of the government by the monarchy. D. It is the monarch's speech at the opening of the parliamentary session. Answer. B. It is the final approval by the monarch for a bill to become law. Royal assent is crucial as it signifies the monarch's formal approval of legislation passed by Parliament, which is necessary for a bill to become law. Question 20. Discuss the historical significance of the Magna Carta in the context of modern British law. A. It established the foundations for the British constitutional monarchy. B. It introduced the concept of the welfare state. C. It was the first document to establish the Parliament. D. It marked the beginning of the British Empire. Answer. A. It established the foundations for the British constitutional monarchy. The Magna Carta is historically significant as it laid down fundamental principles of justice and limited the powers of the monarchy, forming the basis for the evolution of constitutional law in Britain. Question 21. How does the UK government ensure judicial independence? A. By allowing the Prime Minister to appoint judges. B. Through judicial appointments made by an independent body. C. By having judges elected by the public. D. By parliamentary review of judicial decisions. Answer. B. Through judicial appointments made by an independent body. The UK ensures judicial independence through appointments made by independent bodies, such as the Judicial Appointments Commission, which helps maintain the impartiality of the judiciary. Question 22. What is the role of the Secretary of State for Home Affairs? A. To manage foreign diplomatic relations. B. To oversee domestic security and immigration. C. To handle economic policy. D. To supervise educational reforms. Answer. B. To oversee domestic security and immigration. The Secretary of State for Home Affairs is primarily responsible for internal affairs such as domestic security, policing, and immigration. Question 23. Describe the functions of the UK's National Security Council. A. To advise on foreign sports engagements. B. To coordinate national responses to emergencies and security issues. C. To oversee economic sanctions only. D. To manage national parks and wildlife. Answer. B. To coordinate national responses to emergencies and security issues. The UK's National Security Council is tasked with coordinating government responses to national security challenges, including terrorism, cybersecurity, and military strategy. Question 24. How is the Chancellor of the Exchequer important to the UK's economy? A. Manages cultural affairs. B. Oversees national defense. C. Responsible for economic and fiscal policy. D. Handles foreign diplomacy. Answer. C. Responsible for economic and fiscal policy. The Chancellor of the Exchequer plays a crucial role in the UK's economy by managing economic policy, including the Treasury, budget, and public finances. Question 25. What is the purpose of the Cabinet Office? A. To coordinate the work of the Cabinet and its committees. B. To oversee local government operations. C. To regulate the media. D. To handle international trade. Answer. A. To coordinate the work of the Cabinet and its committees. The Cabinet Office supports the Prime Minister and ensures the effective running of government by coordinating policy and operations across government departments. Question 26. Detail the responsibilities of the Foreign Secretary in the UK. A. Manages the country's defense. B. Oversees internal security. C. Responsible for the United Kingdom's relationships with foreign countries. D. Heads the Education Department. Answer: C. Responsible for the United Kingdom's relationships with foreign countries. The Foreign Secretary directs the UK's foreign affairs, including diplomatic relationships and international agreements. Question 27. How does the UK's devolution framework function? A. Central government retains all powers. B. Powers are distributed to regional parliaments and assemblies. C. Local councils have legislative powers. D. The monarchy directly governs devolved regions. Answer: B. Powers are distributed to regional parliaments and assemblies. The UK's devolution framework functions by distributing certain legislative powers from the central government to regional bodies, such as the Scottish Parliament, the Welsh Parliament, and the Northern Ireland Assembly. Question 28. What are the specific powers devolved to Scotland under the Scotland Act 1998? A. Complete diplomatic autonomy. B. Powers over healthcare, education, and transportation. C. Control over military and defense. D. Full economic independence. Answer: B. Powers over healthcare, education, and transportation. The Scotland Act 1998 devolved powers to the Scottish Parliament in areas such as healthcare, education, and transportation, among others. Question 29. Explain the legislative competencies granted to the Welsh Parliament. A. Complete control over all domestic matters. B. Powers over areas such as health, education, and local government. C. Powers limited to cultural events and ceremonies. D. No legislative powers, only advisory role. Answer: B. Powers over areas such as health, education, and local government. The Welsh Parliament has legislative competencies in areas including health, education, and local government services. Question 30. What are the responsibilities of the Northern Ireland Assembly? A. Only foreign policy. B. Devolved matters such as health, education, and welfare. C. Solely economic policy. D. Only environmental policy. Answer: B. Devolved matters such as health, education, and welfare. The Northern Ireland Assembly has responsibilities for various devolved matters, including health, education, and welfare services. Question 31. How has Brexit affected the legislative powers of the devolved administrations? A. It has reduced their powers significantly. B. It has not changed their powers. C. It has increased their legislative scope in some areas. D. It has completely eliminated their powers. Answer: C. It has increased their legislative scope in some areas. Brexit has led to an increase in legislative scope for the devolved administrations in some areas, particularly in agriculture and fisheries, which were previously governed by EU law. Question 32. What are reserved matters in the context of Scottish governance? A. Matters that can only be legislated by the UK Parliament. B. Matters reserved for local councils. C. Issues that Scotland can legislate without restriction. D. Policies that are decided by the EU. Answer: A. Matters that can only be legislated by the UK Parliament. In the context of Scottish governance, reserved matters are areas of policy that are outside the legislative competence of the Scottish Parliament and can only be legislated by the UK Parliament. Question 33. Describe the judicial system of Scotland and how it differs from that of England and Wales. A. Scotland uses a primarily tribunal-based system. B. Scotland retains its own legal system, including unique elements such as the not proven verdict. C. Scotland has fully adopted the English legal system. D. There are no significant differences between the systems. Answer: B. Scotland retains its own legal system, including unique elements such as the not proven verdict. Scotland's judicial system is distinct from that of England and Wales, featuring different legal principles and practices, including the not proven verdict option in criminal trials. Question 34. What is the role of the European Court of Human Rights in relation to UK law? A. It dictates the laws that the UK must follow. B. It serves as the UK's highest court. C. It hears cases on human rights issues that may affect UK citizens. D. It oversees all legal proceedings in the UK. Answer: C. It hears cases on human rights issues that may affect UK citizens. The European Court of Human Rights plays a role in relation to UK law by hearing cases that involve potential violations of the European Convention on Human Rights, to which the UK is a signatory. Question 35. Discuss the impact of the Human Rights Act 1998 on UK citizens. A. It restricted citizens' rights. B. It incorporated European Convention on Human Rights into UK law, strengthening the protection of citizens' rights. C. It has no impact on citizens. D. It only affects non-citizens. Answer: B. It incorporated European Convention on Human Rights into UK law, strengthening the protection of citizens' rights. The Human Rights Act 1998 had a significant impact on UK citizens by incorporating the European Convention on Human Rights into domestic British law, providing robust legal protections for citizens' rights. Question 36. What are the legal protections against discrimination in the UK? A. The Equality Act 2010, which prohibits discrimination based on various protected characteristics. B. Laws are only applicable in the workplace. C. No specific legal protections exist. D. Protections are only for age and gender. Answer: A. The Equality Act 2010, which prohibits discrimination based on various protected characteristics. The UK provides legal protections against discrimination through the Equality Act 2010, which covers areas such as age, disability, gender reassignment, marriage and civil partnership, race, religion or belief, sex, and sexual orientation. Question 37. How does the UK participate in international law and global governance? A. The UK is isolated from international law agreements. B. Through active participation in international organizations and adherence to international treaties. C. UK follows international law only when mandated by the UN. D. Through bilateral agreements only. Answer: B. Through active participation in international organizations and adherence to international treaties. The UK participates in international law and global governance by being an active member of various international organizations and by adhering to international treaties, which influence its legal and policy frameworks. Question 38. What military roles does the UK play in NATO and the United Nations? A. The UK has no significant military role in either organization. B. The UK provides logistical support only. C. The UK is a leading military member, contributing to defensive and peacekeeping missions. D. The UK participates in financial aspects only. Answer: C. The UK is a leading military member, contributing to defensive and peacekeeping missions. The UK plays significant military roles in both NATO and the United Nations by contributing to defensive strategies, peacekeeping missions, and other military operations as required. Question 39. Explain the UK's nuclear deterrence policy. A. The UK opposes the use of nuclear weapons under any circumstances. B. The UK maintains a policy of no first use of nuclear weapons. C. The UK's policy is to maintain a minimum credible nuclear deterrent to ensure national security. D. The UK has no nuclear weapons. Answer: C. The UK's policy is to maintain a minimum credible nuclear deterrent to ensure national security. The UK maintains a nuclear deterrence policy that includes maintaining a minimum credible deterrent primarily as a security measure to deter threats from other nuclear-armed states. Question 40. Discuss the economic impact of the UK's decision to leave the EU. A. It has had no noticeable impact on the UK economy. B. It led to immediate economic growth and stability. C. It has presented both challenges and opportunities affecting trade, immigration, and regulatory frameworks. D. It resulted in the UK losing all trade relations. Answer. C. It has presented both challenges and opportunities affecting trade, immigration, and regulatory frameworks. The economic impact of Brexit has been significant, presenting both challenges and opportunities as the UK redefines its trade relationships, adjusts immigration policies, and revises regulatory frameworks independent of the EU. Question 41. What is the significance of the Commonwealth to the UK's foreign policy? A. It represents a colonial power structure. B. It facilitates trade agreements between member countries. C. It serves as a platform for cultural exchange and mutual cooperation in areas such as education and development. D. It is primarily a military alliance. Answer. C. It serves as a platform for cultural exchange and mutual cooperation in areas such as education and development. The Commonwealth is significant to the UK's foreign policy as it fosters collaboration and support among member nations, enhancing diplomatic relations and promoting shared goals in development and education. Question 42. How does the UK government promote environmental sustainability? A. By increasing fossil fuel consumption. B. Through legislation that encourages recycling, renewable energy use, and conservation efforts. C. By discouraging public transportation. D. The UK does not have policies that promote environmental sustainability. Answer. B. Through legislation that encourages recycling, renewable energy use, and conservation efforts. The UK government promotes environmental sustainability through various legislative measures designed to protect the environment, reduce pollution, and encourage sustainable practices across different sectors. Question 43. What are the major challenges facing the NHS today? A. Excessive funding and resource allocation. B. Underfunding, staffing shortages, and increasing demand for services. C. Lack of technological advancements. D. Overstaffing and low patient intake. Answer. B. Underfunding, staffing shortages, and increasing demand for services. The NHS faces significant challenges such as underfunding, staffing shortages, and an ever-increasing demand for healthcare services, which strain its capacity to deliver effective care. Question 44. How has UK immigration policy evolved in the 21st century? A. It has become less restrictive. B. There have been no changes to immigration policy. C. It has seen periods of becoming more restrictive as well as more open, reflecting broader political and economic conditions. D. Immigration has been completely halted. Answer. C. It has seen periods of becoming more restrictive as well as more open, reflecting broader political and economic conditions. UK immigration policy has evolved considerably, often influenced by political, economic, and social factors, showing phases of restrictiveness and openness. Question 45. What are the criteria for seeking asylum in the UK? A. Applicants must demonstrate that they can support themselves financially. B. Asylum must be sought from another EU country first. C. Applicants must prove they are fleeing persecution based on race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or membership in a particular social group. D. Asylum is granted based on economic need. Answer. C. Applicants must prove they are fleeing persecution based on race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or membership in a particular social group. To seek asylum in the UK, individuals must demonstrate that they are fleeing persecution and that they cannot or are unwilling to avail themselves of the protection of their home country. Question 46. Discuss the significance of the Windrush generation to British history. A. They represent the first wave of immigrants from the United States. B. This generation marks the mass immigration from the Caribbean to the UK, which helped rebuild the post-war economy. C. They were primarily involved in the UK's technological boom. D. This term is associated with the first settlers in the 17th century. Answer: B. This generation marks the mass immigration from the Caribbean to the UK, which helped rebuild the post-war economy. The Windrush generation is significant in British history as they represent the post-World War II wave of immigration from the Caribbean, significantly contributing to the UK's labor force and cultural diversity. Question 47. What are private members' bills and their role in the UK legislative process? A. Laws proposed by members of the public. B. Bills introduced by members of Parliament who are not government ministers. C. Legislation introduced only by the Prime Minister. D. Bills that can only become law with the monarch's direct approval. Answer: B. Bills introduced by members of Parliament who are not government ministers. Private members' bills play a crucial role in the UK legislative process as they allow members who are not part of the government to introduce legislation, which can cover new areas of concern or address issues that may not be on the government's agenda. Question 48. Explain the significance of backbenchers in the UK Parliament. A. They are former members of Parliament. B. They are members of Parliament who do not hold ministerial or shadow cabinet positions. C. They only participate in parliamentary sessions but do not vote. D. They are exclusively part of the House of Lords. Answer: B. They are members of Parliament who do not hold ministerial or shadow cabinet positions. Backbenchers are significant as they represent the majority of MPs and play key roles in legislation and oversight through their contributions to debates and participation in committee work. Question 49. What is the opposition in Parliament, and what role does it play? A. The political party with the second highest number of seats. B. A group that opposes all forms of government. C. The governing political party. D. Non-elected members who oppose legislation. Answer: A. The political party with the second highest number of seats. The opposition in Parliament, typically led by the leader of the second largest party, plays a critical role in scrutinizing the government's actions, providing alternative policies, and ensuring that the government is held accountable. Question 50. Detail the functions of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom. A. It serves as the advisory body to the Prime Minister. B. It is responsible for ratifying international treaties. C. It acts as the final court of appeal in the UK for civil and criminal cases. D. It conducts parliamentary elections. Answer: C. It acts as the final court of appeal in the UK for civil and criminal cases. The Supreme Court of the United Kingdom functions as the ultimate judicial authority in the UK, reviewing cases of the greatest public or constitutional importance affecting the whole population. Question 51. What legal reforms have been introduced in the UK to combat terrorism? A. The Terrorism Act 2000, which includes provisions for the detention of suspects and the proscription of terrorist organizations. B. Abolishing all previous counter-terrorism laws. C. Legalizing all forms of surveillance without oversight. D. Implementing policies that solely focus on international cooperation. Answer: A. The Terrorism Act 2000, which includes provisions for the detention of suspects and the proscription of terrorist organizations. The UK has introduced several legal reforms to combat terrorism, including the Terrorism Act 2000, which outlines specific measures for handling terrorism-related activities and enhancing national security. Question 52. How does the UK handle cases of international human rights violations? A. By ignoring international law and focusing on domestic issues. B. Through active participation in international courts and adherence to international human rights conventions. C. by using military intervention exclusively. D. Through diplomatic channels only, without legal proceedings. Answer: B. Through active participation in international courts and adherence to international human rights conventions. The UK handles cases of international human rights violations by engaging with international legal mechanisms and upholding commitments under various international human rights treaties. Question 53. What is the function of the Bank of England? A. It is responsible for healthcare funding. B. It serves as the central bank of the UK, managing monetary policy and financial stability. C. It regulates the legal profession in the UK. D. It focuses on environmental regulations. Answer: B. It serves as the central bank of the UK, managing monetary policy and financial stability. The Bank of England functions as the UK's central bank, which includes issuing currency, managing the nation's reserves, and setting interest rates to maintain price stability and support economic growth. Question 54. Discuss the UK's trade relationships post-Brexit. A. The UK has ceased all trade with other countries. B. The UK has formed new trade agreements with countries outside the EU and is negotiating others to strengthen global trade ties. C. The UK only trades with Commonwealth countries now. D. Trade has become limited to agricultural products. Answer: B. The UK has formed new trade agreements with countries outside the EU and is negotiating others to strengthen global trade ties. Post-Brexit, the UK has been actively forming new trade agreements to compensate for the changes in its relationship with EU countries, aiming to enhance its global trade relationships. Question 55. How does the UK government support cultural and historical preservation? A. By banning all modern architectural developments. B. Through funding and legislation aimed at preserving heritage sites, museums, and arts. C. There is no support for cultural and historical preservation. D. By privatizing all historical sites. Answer: B. Through funding and legislation aimed at preserving heritage sites, museums, and arts. The UK government supports cultural and historical preservation through various initiatives, including funding, legislation, and support for organizations dedicated to maintaining the nation's rich cultural heritage. Question 56. What is the significance of the City of London in global finance? A. It is a major tourist attraction. B. It has no role in global finance. C. It is recognized as a leading global financial center, housing major banks, financial institutions, and markets. D. It is only significant within the UK. Answer: C. It is recognized as a leading global financial center, housing major banks, financial institutions, and markets. The City of London holds significant importance in global finance due to its role as a center for financial services, influencing global economic trends and policies. Question 57. How has the digital economy impacted traditional industries in the UK? A. It has had no impact. B. It has led to the decline of all traditional industries. C. The digital economy has transformed traditional industries by introducing new technologies and business models, leading to innovation and efficiency gains. D. Traditional industries have completely replaced digital technologies. Answer: C. The digital economy has transformed traditional industries by introducing new technologies and business models, leading to innovation and efficiency gains. The integration of digital technologies in traditional sectors has revolutionized how these industries operate, enhancing their competitiveness and adaptability. Question 58. What are the ongoing challenges for UK agriculture and rural development? A. There are no challenges currently. B. Excessive profitability and waste. C. Challenges include environmental sustainability, market fluctuations, and the impact of Brexit on trade and labor. D. Urbanization has eliminated rural areas. Answer: C. Challenges include environmental sustainability, market fluctuations, and the impact of Brexit on trade and labor. UK agriculture and rural development face multiple challenges such as ensuring environmental sustainability, dealing with market price fluctuations, and adapting to changes brought about by Brexit, particularly in terms of trade agreements and access to labor. Question 59. Discuss the role of the British media in shaping public opinion. A. The British media has no influence on public opinion. B. It plays a crucial role by providing information, influencing public discourse, and holding institutions accountable. C. Its role is limited to entertainment. D. The media is controlled entirely by the government. Answer. B. It plays a crucial role by providing information, influencing public discourse, and holding institutions accountable. The British media is a significant force in shaping public opinion, providing vital information, facilitating public discourse on important issues, and playing a watchdog role in democratic society. Question 60. How has British literature influenced global culture? A. British literature has had little to no impact globally. B. It has significantly influenced global culture through works that have been widely studied, translated, and adapted around the world. C. Its influence is limited to English-speaking countries. D. British literature is known only for its historical value, with no contemporary relevance. Answer. B. It has significantly influenced global culture through works that have been widely studied, translated, and adapted around the world. British literature has played a profound role in shaping global culture, with authors like Shakespeare, Jane Austen, and Charles Dickens having a lasting impact on literature and popular culture worldwide. Question 61. What contributions have British scientists made to global scientific advancements? A. Invention of the telephone only. B. Discoveries in genetics, physics, and medicine, including the structure of DNA, the laws of motion, and penicillin. C. Contributions to the arts and humanities. D. There have been no significant contributions. Answer. B. Discoveries in genetics, physics, and medicine, including the structure of DNA, the laws of motion, and penicillin. British scientists have made significant contributions to global scientific advancements, particularly in genetics, physics, and medicine, with notable discoveries that have shaped modern science. Question 62. How does the UK support innovation and technology development? A. Through extensive taxation of tech companies. B. By banning foreign investments in technology. C. Through government funding, support for tech startups, and research and development initiatives. D. The UK does not support innovation and technology development. Answer. C. Through government funding, support for tech startups, and research and development initiatives. The UK promotes innovation and technology development through various means, including government funding, policies that encourage startups, and substantial investment in research and development. Question 63. Discuss the UK's policies on education and lifelong learning. A. The UK has phased out public education. B. Focus on accessible education for all ages, emphasizing vocational training and higher education opportunities. C. Education is only mandatory up to the age of 10. D. Lifelong learning is discouraged. Answer. B. Focus on accessible education for all ages, emphasizing vocational training and higher education opportunities. The UK's education policies prioritize accessibility and inclusivity, with a strong emphasis on providing opportunities for vocational training and higher education, fostering a culture of lifelong learning. Question 64. How does the UK address issues of social inequality and mobility? A. By ignoring social inequalities. B. Through targeted social programs, educational opportunities, and employment initiatives to reduce disparities. C. Social mobility is restricted by law. D. Only through private charity organizations. Answer. B. through targeted social programs, educational opportunities, and employment initiatives to reduce disparities. The UK addresses social inequality and mobility through various programs and policies aimed at reducing disparities and improving access to education and employment opportunities. Question 65. What strategies does the UK employ to ensure national security? A. The UK has no national security strategy. B. National security is managed by foreign governments. C. Comprehensive strategies including intelligence, counter-terrorism, military defense, and cybersecurity measures. D. Solely through the use of nuclear weapons. Answer: C. Comprehensive strategies including intelligence, counter-terrorism, military defense, and cybersecurity measures. The UK employs a multifaceted approach to national security, incorporating intelligence gathering, counter-terrorism efforts, military capabilities, and advanced cybersecurity measures to protect the country. Question 66. Explain the legal and ethical implications of surveillance by the UK government. A. There are no implications as surveillance is not practiced. B. Surveillance is considered illegal and unethical in all forms. C. Balances the need for security with privacy rights regulated by laws such as the Investigatory Powers Act. D. All forms of surveillance are fully transparent to the public. Answer: C. Balances the need for security with privacy rights regulated by laws such as the Investigatory Powers Act. Surveillance by the UK government involves legal and ethical considerations that balance national security needs with individual privacy rights, regulated under specific laws. Question 67. What are the debates surrounding the UK's use of drone warfare? A. There is unanimous support for its use without debate. B. Debates focus on the ethical and legal implications of using drones in military operations. C. The debate is about the cost only. D. Drones are not used by the UK. Answer: B. Debates focus on the ethical and legal implications of using drones in military operations. The use of drone warfare by the UK has sparked significant debates, particularly concerning the ethical and legal ramifications of their use in combat and surveillance missions. Question 68. Discuss the cultural significance of British music on the global stage. A. British music is unknown globally. B. British music, including the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, has had a profound influence on global pop culture. C. British music has only been influential in Europe. D. British music focuses solely on classical genres. Answer: B. British music, including the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, has had a profound influence on global pop culture. British music has significantly shaped global music trends and culture, influencing numerous genres and artists around the world. Question 69. How do UK laws protect intellectual property rights? A. Intellectual property is not recognized under UK law. B. Through robust laws like the Copyright, Designs and Patents Act, providing legal protection for creators. C. Protection is only provided for physical properties. D. Through international laws only. Answer: B. Through robust laws like the Copyright, Designs and Patents Act, providing legal protection for creators. The UK protects intellectual property rights through comprehensive laws that offer creators legal recourse to defend their works from infringement and unauthorized use. Question 70. What is the impact of UK universities on global education? A. UK universities are isolated and have no impact on global education. B. They attract a large number of international students and are leaders in research and innovation, significantly influencing global educational standards. C. They only impact education within the UK. D. UK universities contribute minimally to global education. Answer: B. They attract a large number of international students and are leaders in research and innovation, significantly influencing global educational standards. UK universities have a profound impact on global education through their high standards of research and teaching, drawing students from around the world and contributing to educational advancements internationally. Question 71. How does the UK's legal system protect consumer rights? A. Consumer rights are not protected under UK law. B. Through comprehensive regulations, such as the Consumer Rights Act, which ensures fair treatment and quality of goods and services. C. Consumers are protected by verbal agreements only. D. Protection applies to businesses only, not individual consumers. Answer: B. Through comprehensive regulations, such as the Consumer Rights Act, which ensures fair treatment and quality of goods and services. The UK's legal system protects consumer rights through detailed laws that provide clear rights and remedies for consumers, ensuring they receive fair treatment in the marketplace. Question 72. Discuss the significance of sports in UK culture and international relations. A. Sports play no role in UK culture or international relations. B. Sports, including football and the Olympic Games, are a vital part of UK culture and serve as a tool for international diplomacy and cultural exchange. C. The UK participates in sports only at the local level. D. Sports are discouraged in the UK. Answer: B. Sports, including football and the Olympic Games, are a vital part of UK culture and serve as a tool for international diplomacy and cultural exchange. Sports are deeply embedded in UK culture and play a significant role in international relations by fostering cultural exchange and diplomacy, especially in events that draw global participation like the Olympics. Question 73. What role does the Church of England play in UK society? A. It governs the country. B. It has no role or influence. C. As the established church, it plays a significant cultural and spiritual role, including in national ceremonies and community involvement. D. It is involved only in educational institutions. Answer: C. As the established church, it plays a significant cultural and spiritual role, including in national ceremonies and community involvement. The Church of England plays a central role in the cultural and spiritual life of the country, contributing to community values and participating actively in various aspects of societal functions. Question 74. How does the UK address issues of mental health and well-being? A. Mental health is not recognized as a public health issue. B. Through comprehensive public health campaigns, funding for mental health services, and legislation aimed at improving mental health care. C. Only through private health services. D. By focusing solely on physical health. Answer: B. Through comprehensive public health campaigns, funding for mental health services, and legislation aimed at improving mental health care. The UK addresses mental health and well-being through a combination of public health initiatives, funding for mental health services, and specific legislation designed to improve care and reduce stigma. Question 75. What is the significance of traditional British ceremonies and pageantry? A. They have no significance and are considered outdated. B. They play a crucial role in preserving history and cultural identity, fostering national pride, and attracting tourism. C. They are only for entertaining tourists. D. They are illegal and not practiced. Answer: B. They play a crucial role in preserving history and cultural identity, fostering national pride, and attracting tourism. Traditional British ceremonies and pageantry are significant for their role in preserving historical and cultural traditions, fostering a sense of national identity and pride, and contributing to the cultural and tourism sectors. Question 76. How does the UK government support veterans and military families? A. By providing no support or recognition. B. Through comprehensive programs including healthcare, education benefits, and housing assistance. C. Only during active military service. D. By symbolic gestures only, without practical support. Answer: B. through comprehensive programs including healthcare, education benefits, and housing assistance. The UK government supports veterans and military families through a variety of programs designed to assist them in healthcare, education, and housing, recognizing their service and sacrifice for the country. Question 77. Discuss the influence of British cuisine on world food culture. A. British cuisine has no influence outside the UK. B. British cuisine is known for its innovation and has influenced global dining trends, including the popularization of dishes such as fish and chips and curry. C. British cuisine is limited to tea and biscuits. D. British food is universally disliked and has had a negative impact on world cuisine. Answer. B. British cuisine is known for its innovation and has influenced global dining trends, including the popularization of dishes such as fish and chips and curry. British cuisine has left a substantial mark on global food culture, both through traditional dishes and the integration of global flavors that reflect the UK's multicultural society. Question 78. What are the implications of the UK's aging population on public services? A. No implications as the aging population is decreasing. B. Increased demand for healthcare and pension services, leading to challenges in funding and service provision. C. An aging population has led to a decrease in public service usage. D. The aging population only affects private sector services. Answer. B. Increased demand for healthcare and pension services, leading to challenges in funding and service provision. The aging population in the UK presents significant challenges for public services, particularly in healthcare and pensions, requiring adjustments in policy and funding to meet increased demand. Question 79. How has the UK's approach to drug policy evolved in recent years? A. The UK has fully legalized all drugs. B. There has been a shift towards more punitive measures. C. There is a growing emphasis on decriminalization and harm reduction strategies. D. Drug policy in the UK has remained unchanged for decades. Answer. C. There is a growing emphasis on decriminalization and harm reduction strategies. Recent years have seen a shift in the UK's drug policy towards more progressive approaches, focusing on decriminalization and harm reduction strategies to address drug use as a public health issue rather than solely a criminal matter. Question 80. Discuss the impact of climate change on UK environmental policy. A. Climate change is not recognized as a real issue in the UK. B. Climate change has led to less stringent environmental regulations. C. The increasing impacts of climate change have prompted the UK to adopt more aggressive measures to reduce carbon emissions and promote sustainability. D. Climate change has decreased the urgency of environmental issues in the UK. Answer. C. The increasing impacts of climate change have prompted the UK to adopt more aggressive measures to reduce carbon emissions and promote sustainability. In response to the growing threats posed by climate change, the UK has intensified its environmental policies, focusing on reducing carbon emissions, enhancing renewable energy usage, and promoting sustainable practices across various sectors. Question 81. What are the major sources of energy in the UK, and how are they changing? A. Coal and natural gas remain the only sources. B. The UK is shifting from fossil fuels to a greater reliance on renewable energy sources like wind and solar. C. Energy production in the UK is exclusively nuclear. D. The UK does not produce or consume energy. Answer. B. The UK is shifting from fossil fuels to a greater reliance on renewable energy sources like wind and solar. The UK's energy landscape is undergoing significant transformation, moving away from traditional fossil fuels towards renewable energy sources to meet environmental targets and reduce carbon emissions. Question 82. How does the UK manage its international borders and immigration? A. By completely open borders with no immigration controls. B. Through strict immigration laws and border control measures to regulate the entry of people and goods. C. The UK allows free movement without any checks or balances. D. Borders are managed based on daily quotas only. Answer B. Through strict immigration laws and border control measures to regulate the entry of people and goods. The UK manages its international borders and immigration through a comprehensive system of laws and controls designed to regulate who enters the country, reflecting its sovereign policies and security concerns. Question 83. What are the ethical considerations in UK foreign aid and development policy? A. There are no ethical considerations. Aid is given without conditions. B. Ethical considerations include ensuring transparency, accountability, and that aid does not perpetuate dependency or interfere with local governance. C. UK foreign aid is focused solely on economic returns. D. Ethics are not considered in foreign aid. It is used as a tool for political leverage only. Answer B. Ethical considerations include ensuring transparency, accountability, and that aid does not perpetuate dependency or interfere with local governance. The UK's foreign aid and development policy is guided by ethical considerations to ensure that assistance is effective, respectful of local conditions, and promotes sustainable development without creating dependency. Question 84. How does the UK's transportation infrastructure impact economic growth? A. It has no impact on economic growth. B. Robust transportation infrastructure, including roads, railways, and airports, supports economic activity and connectivity. C. Poor transportation infrastructure is a major driver of economic growth. D. The UK lacks any form of transportation infrastructure. Answer B. Robust transportation infrastructure, including roads, railways, and airports, supports economic activity and connectivity. The UK's transportation infrastructure plays a critical role in economic growth by facilitating the efficient movement of goods and people, supporting trade, and enhancing connectivity both domestically and internationally. Question 85. What are the challenges and opportunities for the UK in global trade post-Brexit? A. There are no challenges or opportunities. The situation remains static. B. Challenges include negotiating new trade agreements, but opportunities lie in forging closer ties with non-EU countries and diversifying trade. C. The main challenge is the overabundance of trade deals. D. Post-Brexit, the UK has ceased all trade. Answer B. Challenges include negotiating new trade agreements, but opportunities lie in forging closer ties with non-EU countries and diversifying trade. Post-Brexit, the UK faces the challenge of renegotiating its trade relationships, but also has the opportunity to establish new trade agreements with countries outside the EU, potentially leading to a more diversified and resilient trade portfolio.